Hey Naruto fans, this is your boy Peaceful Warrior here to give you my latest review slash rant of Naruto Chapter 612 entitled Shinobi Alliance Jutsu. Coming into this week's chapter, the Shinobi Alliance has arrived on the battlefield like the Avengers, in my mind. And quite honestly, if I should have chosen to name any chapter review, the Avengers, it should not have been the last chapter review. It should have been this one, because if any of you all have ever seen the actual Avengers movie, not the animated cartoon, but the actual movie, and how well scripted that was, as far as how every single hero had their own character and had their own part to play in, completing the mission and fighting the bad guys. That is exactly what we see here in chapter 612. Everybody's strengths is being leveraged on behalf of the mission. Everybody's strengths. And it's ironic because as I was talking to somebody in the comment section of my last chapter review, chapter 611, I said that one thing that was likely to happen was one thing that I said that the Shinobi Alliance would probably do, because it's something that I would do. I would just blitz the hell out of Madara and Obito. And blitzing is a football term. It means to apply massive amounts of pressure to the quarterback, so that he doesn't have time to read your defense and to make an accurate throw, and certainly not to make an open throw. So by catching the quarterback off guard, you're very likely to get a turnover, get a sack, and thereby create momentum and put their offense in a very bad spot, because now they're going to have to make up more territory, or they're usually going to have to punt the ball away. And that's pretty much what my advice would be for the Shinobi Alliance coming into this week's chapter, that you don't let Madara and Obito sit back with all the time in the world with no pressure whatsoever and let them just pick your Shinobi Alliance apart. Because if you give these two ninja time and space, it's a wrap. I mean, I don't care how many ninja you have on your side. So you have to continue to apply pressure on them. You have to continue to apply pressure on them. And lo and behold, just as I predicted in the comment section when talking about this with somebody else, in my last chapter review, that's exactly what we see happen in this week's chapter. So coming into this week's chapter, I'm repeating myself. So here we are, and just that fast. It's funny how we see the transition take place between the chapter, which is something that I found kind of odd. Knowing Kishimoto's writing style, I would have expected him to drag along the process of this fight as much as possible. But ironic, and this is a pet peeve of mine that I have about Kishimoto, he actually drags along the worst possible parts of the series, but he makes the most important parts of the series go by super fast. You know what I'm saying? The Kage fight. Super fast. Itachi versus Kabuto, super fast. Naruto, Kakashi, B, and Guy versus Obito. Believe it or not, that was actually a pretty fast fight. But he spends massive amounts of time, going over the Genkaku brothers going up against Darui, or huge amounts of time on flashbacks. You know, and it's like, come on, dude. Like, why are you giving so much, like, it if you think about it, it's almost like giving a regular season game more airtime than the Super Bowl. like that's how stupid it is. You know, it's like giving a regular season baseball game more airtime than the World Series. And it's like, Kishimoto, what the hell are you doing? You like, what are you doing? So that's just a little pet peeve of mine that I have with Kishimoto's writing style. So had to get that rant out of the way because I've been having that on my chest for some time. But getting back to the actual chapter, so pretty much the chapter starts out and Obito and Madara are like, look, dude, you're not going to do anything. I don't know what it's going to take for you to realize it. And Obito's like, you know, you need to give up. Plain and simple. Eventually, you all are going to lose something precious. Okay? And then you're going to be reminded about how powerless you truly are. So there is no such thing as hope in this world. And so, of course, Naruto is like, I don't care what your opinion is, there's still hope. Yada, 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 yada. You know, yada, 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 yada. So then they, you know what, I think the translation that I'm reading is actually not that good, to tell you the truth. But bottom line is, they decide to just, you know, go head to head. And Obito and Naruto, you know, two mirrors of the same type of person, say, okay, you know, let's go. And pretty much what you have is that Shikamaru's father, has, like I said in the comment section of my last review, he's used this time to get reports from Kakashi, B, Guy, about, you know, Obito's capabilities, Madara's capabilities, the capabilities of the Jubi. He's taking this time to get reports from, you know, all the leaders of the Ninja Alliance about their respective abilities, and the abilities of the ninja who they command. And he's taken this time to put together a very solid strategy. And his strategy involves, number one, blitzing the hell out of Obito and Madara. Like I said in last week's, not in last week's chapter review, but in the comment section of last week's chapter review, that yes, of course you blitz the hell out of these cats. And so right now they're going to blind them and to conceal the presence of their movements, as well as to conceal the presence of the Jubi, or excuse me, of the Jinchuriki. So that's, you know, excellent. That's number one. So they're going to impair their eyesight and impair their sensory abilities. So you got, that's the hit and miss jutsu. That's the blinding jutsu of the Cloud Village. So bam. Then at the same time, you have Obito and Madara being attacked, as well as the Jubi's eye being attacked at the same time, because they're trying to blind them. Then of course you got the jamming technique, you know, just to add it all in there. So they are blitzing, like, I don't want to go into every single little detail, but they are just blitzing the hell out of Obito and Madara. They can't see, they can't sense. They have temporarily immobilized the Jubi by using, you know, some hidden stone technique. It reminds me of the technique that what's the dude's name with the glasses, the bug dude. Uh, it's been so damn long since I seen the Konoha 11. It's hard for me to remember the guy's name. But damn. I know he's an Aburami. I just can't remember. Shino. There we go. Shino. Shino Aburami. It reminds me of a technique that he used in one of the not one of the Naruto, the third Naruto Shippuden movie, where he used the bugs to dig a hole, and the huge monster. Oh, spoiler, my bad. um, but yeah, spoiler alert. In the third Naruto Shippuden movie, um, team I can't remember which one it is, but it's Shino, it's Hinata, and it's damn. I'm telling you, I be forgetting the Konoha 11. What is the dude's name? With the damn dog, Akamaru. I can't believe this. Damn. Anyway, that's gonna stay with me throughout this whole interview. So don't be surprised if you all see me just all of a sudden say his name out of nowhere. But anyway, they immobilize this huge chakra monster by creating this pit and having this chakra monster fall into this pit. Well, it's pretty much the same thing, except you have the hidden stone the hidden stone ninja using their jutsu to create a pit for the Jubi. Then they slowly immobilize him using lime, fire, and then they go in for the kill. Naruto and now see here's what gets me. Okay. And I know that chapter summary was not my best chapter summary. By any means of the imagination. So definitely you want to definitely make sure that you read the chapter yourself before and after watching this chapter review. But what happens is the Jubi is actually immobilized, and Obito and Madara, are just standing on top of the Jubi, still just like, damn, I can't believe it. It's surprising that the shinobi from the 5 countries can pull off such a perfect combination. Then Obito is silent. And I'm wondering what he's thinking at this moment, because that silence is acknowledging Madara's point that, damn, these cats are actually serious. Like, we gonna have to get serious with these cats in order to pull off this infinite Tsukuyomi. Like, we're not going to win this battle on name recognition alone. We're actually going to have to prove that we're as good as who we're reputed to be in order to win this fight. Because if we don't, these cats got our ass. Like, that to me, if I had to like just put my own little caption above Obito's thoughts when he is silent, as Madara is acknowledging the genius of the attack combination that the Shinobi Alliance has just used, that will be the caption that I will put above Obito's silent thoughts. But Shikaku is breaking this stuff down. And in my opinion, I made a prediction. I said Shikamaru would be the one who would be making the elite strategy. To show how, the new generation is taking over. So I'm not kind of disappointed. I am disappointed that Shikaku is the one who is devising this strategy. In my opinion, it should be Shikamaru. This is his opportunity to surpass his father as the genius, uh, the ultimate strategist of Konoha and truly of the ninja world. You know, this is his opportunity to surpass his father, and it's being given to his father. So in my opinion, I think that we're not anywhere near close to the end. And the reason why I say that is because if Shikaku is taking the reins right now for devising the strategy for the Ninja Alliance, I think what that shows is that they're going to fail in this initial attack. Okay, they're going to fail. It's not going to be successful. And what is going to happen is that somehow, some way, connection or communication between HQ and the Ninja Alliance on the battlefield will be lost, and that's when Shikamaru will be forced to take the reins and devise a new strategy that picks up the pieces and hopefully figures out a way to beat Obito and Madara. I think that that's exactly how it's going to end, because I know one thing: Kishimoto is very serious about this theme of the next generation surpassing the previous one. And so he's definitely going to give Shikamaru and all of the Konoha 11 a chance to surpass the previous generation of current adults, of ninja. And so to see Shikaku right now doing this strategy, it only points to the fact that this is nowhere near over, in my opinion. It's nowhere near over. If it is over, I will be very disappointed, because that means that really Naruto and Sasuke are really the only ones who are going to get to surpass the current generation and take their rightful place as leaders, of the ninja world. So yeah, but that's very unlikely in my opinion. So yeah, they end the chapter by blitzing the hell out of Obito and Madara. And in the translation that I'm reading, Obito says, yeah, how pitiful. Well, Obito and Madara says, how pitiful. Obito says, yeah, the hope they're clinging to doesn't exist, and soon they'll cease to exist too. The Jubi is about to reach the perfect stage as well. Now, how in the world the Jubi could be reaching the perfect stage is beyond me, because I thought that in order for it to reach the perfect stage, it had to have, the entire 8 and 9 tail bijou within itself. It only has a fraction of the 8 and 9 tails bijou within itself. So how is it growing to perfection at the same time that it has been called to expend chakra? Is just simply beyond me. That's something that I'm definitely going to be looking forward to clarification about. But nonetheless, those are my thoughts about this week's chapter. Like I said in last week's chapter, key points: the Ninja Alliance will blitz the hell out of Obito and Madara. The benefits of blitzing Obito and Madara is that it will keep them off balance. It would not give them the opportunity to shred the Ninja Alliance. The Ninja Alliance geniuses, such as Shikaku and Shikamaru, would have the opportunity to see Obito and Madara in battle for themselves, so that they can have even more information to develop a better strategy to defeat them. And probably most of all, is that you're hoping that you're going to throw these guys off balance to such an extent that they become emotional. And I know that that's a lot to expect because Obito and Madara are the equivalent of the perfect Super Bowl champions. So the amount of mistakes that they're going to make is going to be very minimal. But you need to find a chink in their armor some kind of way. And blitzing the hell out of them and having it be an effective blitz. So actually having success against them, and to the point where they begin to just doubt, even for a split second, their own abilities, will go a hell of a long way for the good guys. So, oh, and the last thing, Shikaku is the one who's devised the current strategy used by the Ninja Alliance to beat Obito and Madara. But in my opinion, that simply shows that this fight is nowhere near over, because Shikamaru has to be given a chance to devise the ultimate strategy for the Ninja Alliance to use to beat Obito and Madara, thereby surpassing his father and becoming the new, genius strategist of the ninja world, just as his father is right now. So we still have a long way to go. The game is barely into the first quarter. It's a 4-quarter football game. I love football, so yeah, we're going to see where we go. But all right, thanks a lot. Share as much as you all want to, because this is not just about me. It's about us as a community. Just having a group of people that love Naruto, who are passionate about the series, who enjoy talking about it and sharing with others. So share as much as you want to in the comment sections, and I look forward to your response. As usual, rate and subscribe. Have a great week, and I'll see you all next week. Peace.